Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Sutonye Afiesimama. This is Today in History for the 8th of August. So what happened on this day? Let's roll back the blind to 334 years ago. For those with a mathematical brain, that brings us to the year 1786. On this day, the US Congress unanimously chooses the dollar as the monetary unit for the United States of America. So, self-explanatory, dollar notes, that most people around the world recognize, is probably the most widely recognized currency in the world today. So, 1786, August 8th, US Congress adopts the dollar as legal tender for the United States of America. Let's move on to the year 1898. So, 112 years later, 112 years later, Will Kellogg, pictured right here, invents Corn Flakes. He was an American industrialist in food manufacturing, or best known as the founder of the Kellogg Company. So he didn't just found the Kellogg Company, he invents Corn Flakes as well. And the Kellogg Company produces a wide variety of popular breakfast cereals till this day. So that is Mr. W.K. Kellogg, also pictured here, who invents Corn Flakes on this day. 4 years later, in 1902, this interesting, intelligent fellow, Paul Dirac, was born. His birthplace was Bristol in England, and he is a theoretical physicist and Nobel Laureate. He contributed to the early development of both quantum mechanics and quantum electrodynamics. Dirac shares the 1933 Nobel Prize for Physics with Erwin Schrödinger for the discovery of new productive forms of atomic theory. Dirac is also famous for the Dirac equation, which predicted the existence of antimatter. Now, when I saw the name Schrödinger, it took me 2-3 years back. Remember watching The Big Bang Theory, and Schrödinger's cat was mentioned. And I think a few months after that, I googled it up and found some quite fascinating theory about Schrödinger's cat. I think it had to do with a cat in 3 different phases, I think. Both were supposed to happen, or 2 or 3 of those phases were supposedly, or were supposed to happen simultaneously. It's one of those mind-boggling things that you have to really sit down and think through. So Google it up, Schrödinger's cat, and find out if it's something you can get your head around. I didn't quite get it, But anyway, that's quite interesting. Some clever people who have lived, and of course there are a lot more who are alive today. Okay, so we move on to the year 1937, and this famous actor was born on this day. His name is Dustin Hoffman, so he's 83 years old today. Happy birthday, Mr. Dustin Hoffman. Fantastic actor. I saw him first in this movie, Meet the Parents, and also Meet the Fockers. He starred with Barbara Streisand. They both did a fantastic job in that comedy movie. Very comical. Okay, so we'll move on to the year 1981. And on this day, Roger Federer was born. So that's Roger, pictured here, arguably the greatest tennis player of all time. Now, listen to this. He's widely regarded as the greatest tennis player of all time. I just said that. He holds several men's world records. Okay, now listen to this as well. One of the world records is he got the world #1 position for 302 weeks. Now, 302 weeks, we have 52 weeks in a year, and one man holds a record for 302 weeks. So basically 10 weeks short of 6 years. He had also a 237 consecutive week stretch at the top from 2004 to 2008. 237 consecutive week stretch at the top. He won 17 Grand Slam singles titles and reached each Grand Slam final at least 5 times. Wow. Incredible achievement by Roger Federer. So it'll be hard to prove that anyone was better than him in the tennis court. So happy birthday, Mr. Roger Federer, who was born on this day in 1981. So he is 39 years old today. Getting a bit old now. Okay, so last but not least, on this day in the year 1988, there was a discovery of this galaxy. It's the most distant galaxy yet. It's called the Primordial Galaxy and has the name Z8GND 5296. It's approximately 13.1 billion with a B light years away. So that was the discovery on this day, the 8th of August 1988. So 8/8/88, this was discovered. Okay guys, that brings today's Today in History, pardon the pun, to an end. Thanks for taking out time to listen to this edition. Hopefully you'll join us tomorrow for another edition of Today in History. Thanks guys. Stay safe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you tomorrow. My name again is Sotonye Afiasimawa. Bye-bye.